Good afternoon, everyone. It's been a while, so I thought today I'd show you in our veggie area, see what's going on, and give you a bit of an update as to our summer crops and how we've progressed. Here's some onions we've got drying here on the inside here out of the sun at the moment. These are put in and harvested at the same time as our garlic. And have done really well, so I'm currently eating a few of them. A few pipers on it, which is frustrating, but the bulk of them were pretty good to eat. Alright, moving along, we've got some advanced trees here which are still growing on. These are some varieties of special interest to me in here. Here's a tree fern, which is destined for the water feature garden when it cools down a little bit. And then I've got our eucalypt. These are all little saplings that come up everywhere in the garden, which I've potted up. These are the same but a little bit older, and these are about maybe 2 years old of those same saplings, so they're about 6 foot tall now. Alright, over here we planted some grapes at the end of our nursery. The idea is hopefully one day these grapes will grow up and then along this steel beam, as I think it will look amazing having some grapes hanging from the beam to pick, and if they're in here we don't have to worry about the birds. These are some peppers. Had a terrible year with slugs and snails. They've literally wiped out a lot of crops, and I think because of the weather being up and down everywhere, they've just bred so well. It's been hard to control them. So this was the red chilli. There was a whole bed of these, and this is all I've got left. And they haven't been that great. Tomatoes, so all my walls are covered in tomatoes. This is the little F1 hybrid tomato. So there's some nice orange ones here ready to pick. Moving along, these are a interesting tomato. So last year in this spot I had yellow tomatoes, yellow cherry tomatoes planted here, and on that side we had black Russians. And this year we had some tomatoes just come up on their own, which are these ones here, and interestingly enough they're no longer yellow from last year, they're brown. So it's obviously cross-pollinated between the black Russian and the yellow cherry tomatoes that were here, and they're actually beautiful tomatoes. They taste really good, and they're ripe and they're brown, which is interesting. We've got a few tomatoes this year, but it's all in all, compared to last year, it's down a lot on production. We've still got a lot green. Just going to go right along this wall. This whole wall is tomatoes, so to give you an idea. These are some little cherries which we're eating at the moment. They're beautiful. So quite a few on them, and up the top there's a lot of flowers, so we're going to have plenty coming along there. These are the black Russians, I believe, from last year. I kept the seeds and planted them. Growing, they're pretty healthy. Not that many tomatoes. Haven't really done anything different to last year. This is Ox Heart. Once again, a beautiful tomato. You can see the size of it. It is massive. It's probably done the best out of all the tomatoes. And this is another grape which I'm training to go over the door here. So backing up, we've got our greens beds. So we've got some rocket here. Sorry about my shadow. Got some beautiful basil. A couple of varieties of lettuce. This is the baby cost lettuce, which I love. And this one's the frilly lettuce. I can't remember the name of this. We've got some carrots in this bed, which are well and truly ready. We've just been picking them out as we need them. Plenty left in here. They're good size. Good thing with carrots, you can leave them in for a long time. A few of them will go to seed. You'll notice they go to seed. They stick up this big piper, and that carrot will be absolutely no good to eat. It'll be completely woody. It won't pull out either. And look, it's a mammoth carrot. It looks amazing, but it'll be fully woody and you can't eat it. Just terrible. So you can tell which ones do that by the look of that piper on the top of them. I've got our beans. Plenty of beans this year. I haven't grown beans before, so I'd say this one's a success. You can see once again the slugs have been eating these, but they don't seem to affect the beans themselves. Good quality, and plenty of them. Weeds grow good too. This is snow peas. I'll move around here so you can see, because the sun's in our eyes. But, they've done real well. They're right up to the roof. And lots of beautiful snow peas. Luckily this year we haven't had any trouble with powdery mildew. There's like a tiniest little piece of it, but it doesn't seem to have wiped them out like last year, which is good. This is peppers and capsicums. They're looking really good, and trust me, the smell is amazing. Plenty of them in here. A few different varieties. These were all saved from seed last year. And if you've been following along, I've propagated all these in the hothouse over winter, and this is the result. So really successful. Hope you can see in there. So I hope to make some more sweet chilli sauce out of these. This is the end of chives and some garlic chives. So I'm just waiting for some seed and they're going to come out. Right, the strawberry beds this year have been amazing. The best result we've had. Now, I admit yesterday we picked about 4 kilos out of here, so it's a little bit bleak. But these are all the wicking beds, and I just train the strawberries to hang over the edge. As you can see there is a lot of strawberries. Not so many of them grow in the middle of the tubs, which is good. We try and encourage them to hang out over the edge in the sun, and the bottom of these beds is all lined with flash plastic to keep them nice and clean. So this is the next bed, and they're just they're amazing this year. They've done so well. These are the wicking beds. Look at all those new ones. Just no shortage of them. This is the third bed. These are some broccoli. Really the wrong time of year for broccoli, but I'll keep them growing. And as you've probably seen on previous videos, you can keep cutting the tops off and you can have broccoli plants or trees. They become trees, become a big stalk. Keep them a couple of years. In winter they'll do really well. In summer they go to seed too quick. More grapes. So this is the grapes at the opposite end of our steel truss here. So hopefully one day they will grow up along that. Alright, now we're just going into the hothouse. Now we've had mixed results in the hothouse this year. This is some F1 tomatoes, which I've had for a long time. So I actually planted these in here in winter. And these have been the first tomatoes we've had. They're still going really strong in here. So just in a pot, they're watered every day. Don't particularly mind the heat. Got a pineapple. A few more bits and pieces here. A lot of this is waiting to go out in the water feature garden. Little bromeliads and ferns. Bird of paradise. So they're going to go in the water feature garden when it cools off a little bit. Now I tried this year to put some tomatoes in the hothouse to see how they would go with the heat. So we've got planted one of each variety of tomato that I've got outside, and I've been training them up a rope that's tied around the bottom of the pot and then runs up to the roof. Not bad. Look, they've done all right. There's a few tomatoes. I wouldn't say they're amazing, and a lot of the tomatoes have grown like right up the top. It's a bit hard to get and not much action down the bottom. So be interesting to see if they do any better when it cools off a little bit. Maybe they're going to, the idea is they'll be protected from the frost, so they're probably going to be the last tomatoes I'll have here. So maybe, just maybe, I might get some more. Here's some more strawberries. Again, just a trial of what would grow better in the hothouse. I think the conclusion is, yes, they will grow in the hothouse just fine. But really no advantage to having them in the hothouse or having them outside the hothouse. So next year I won't bother with them inside. They'll be all out in the wicking beds. And we've had plenty of quantity out of the outside ones. We don't need the inside ones. So my poor Tamarillo tree had some fruit, really little ones. For some reason it's just got raided by aphids and ants. You can see them just, they're just ruthless on it for some reason. They just won't give it a break, and I've sprayed it with all sorts of organic garlic based pesticide, and it kills them, and then the next couple of weeks they're back again. So yeah, not very successful this year. Here's a bit more of the advanced trees. These all need to get potted up into bigger things. They're sort of waiting for a new home at the moment. I've got some espaliered lime, which is quite big, and an espaliered lemon tree, which is doing amazing here. Here's a weird one for you. beautiful red berries. This is the black lace elderberry. More of my echiums, they just come up on their own in the garden. This is a nice piece. We come out of a garden bed we demolished and moved, so we potted it up and it's done quite well. There's another one here, done really well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tour. If you've got any comments or feedback, love to hear it. Hope you're enjoying this lovely Friday afternoon. It's beautiful and sunny here in Ballarat. Talk soon.